morning, friends. I just finished my first cup of coffee of the morning. I did a little reading this morning. We're off to a good start. I will say, if you're in the market for a good Bible study, kind of devotion time book, Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen. I'll link it down below. Such a good study of the book of Philippians. Definitely recommend. But it is Friday when I'm filming this. When you guys see this, it will be the week that the kitchen is getting completely finished, countertops and everything. So plan on my next video being that kitchen reveal, kitchen clean and decorate. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but basically we'll be decorating the new kitchen and I'm so excited for that. But today is going to be a little more laid back. I'm trying to film more of these just kind of casual, what I'm up to, spend the day with me type videos. I'm gonna take you guys over to my favorite greenhouse today. I want to get some more flowers for the front porch. I'm gonna take you out there and hopefully plant some more flowers, but then also share a little update of the outside of the house because I've been working really hard on the porch. I've made some changes. I've done a little landscaping, so that's exciting. Also have a few other updates around the house and we'll just kind of get the day going. Before we dive into the video, I wanted to share an exciting announcement. Today I had the incredible opportunity to partner with Extra Space Storage over on their YouTube channel, and I actually posted a video over there all about children's bedroom organization, particularly shared bedroom. As you guys know, Emma and Grayson, my kids, share a room and it's a small bedroom. So I'm sharing lots of organizing ideas, all from the Extra Space Storage blog, which is such a trustworthy resource to all things home organization. I was blown away by their content. So much good information. I'm gonna link all of that down below, but make sure you check out that video today. Go give that video some love and let them know that I sent you. Okay, well that was an epic fail. I tried to go outside and plant these flowers, but it was so windy, I don't think you could hear a word I was saying, and my plants are blowing everywhere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys all the flowers I got inside, kind of do a little flower haul, explain what I'm planting, and then we'll go back outside and plant it. Okay, let's talk flowers, let's talk potting flowers. So this pot is from Lowe's. It's just like a faux aged terracotta pot. It's actually plastic. It's very lightweight. And this is not, my concept by any means. I've heard this. I've read this in gardening books. You see it when you go to a store to buy an already potted flower. But that's the concept of a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. That's going to give you the fullest pot. It's going to give you a balanced height, fullness, and then the spiller kind of hangs over the pot and gives that overflowing effect. So I got all three types today that I'm going to use in this pot. First and foremost, my thriller. These are called twisted arrows. You can see they're like little curly keys. And I just thought these were adorable. I got two of them, so it will look really, really full in the back of the pot. Then for my filler, I went with a small flower and a large flower. I couldn't decide between the two. These are lobularias. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They are a pretty little white flower, but the reason I bought these, oh my word, they smell like perfume. They are the most fragrant flower I've ever smelled, and they smell heavenly. I want to pot these all over inside my house just to smell them all day. So pretty. And then the second flower I did for my filler are white sonatas. I love how big and beautiful that white flower is. And I love their stems. They're nice and full too. So I got both of those for my filler. And then for my spiller, I got Lophus. Again, never know if I'm pronouncing it right. But these are a very viney flower. They'll go and overhang on the pot. But they do bloom a pretty white flower. None of them are bloomed yet. I see a couple of buds coming up. Let me see. Oh, here's a picture. Here's what they'll look like when, is that gonna focus? See, they just have a pretty white flower. So I went with the theme white. I didn't go too colorful. And I think this pot is gonna be beautiful. I cannot wait to see it grow and just explode and be fragrant. So I'm gonna take it outside and get it planted. Okay, now I wanted to just kind of share some porch updates with you since my porch video. I added risers. I found them at Lowe's. They're just little black risers to my potted ferns, and I think that really elevates them and makes it look a lot nicer. Another thing I added were these wreaths I found on Overstock. So they're matching now. You can see up close. They look a lot nicer, I think, matching. I added a little burlap ribbon to hang them. And then the other thing I added were some chains to my ferns so that they were lower, and when I water them, it'll be easier. And here are my flowers I planted earlier. These sonatas are already loving life. I feel like they've already bloomed even more, and these just smell so good. So friends who have lilac bushes, this is a Mrs. Kim, and I planted him here to eventually grow really tall and kind of disguise that drain pipe right there. But when I planted these a few days ago, and they were not even purple yet, and they have already purpled up so much. I cannot wait for these to bloom beautiful flowers. Of course, there's some noise going on, so bear with me, but I was just going to say, anyone that has experience with a Mrs. Kim lilac bush, definitely leave me your tips down in the comment section. So I've also planted a bunch of green velvet boxwoods here so that they can grow nice and tall up to the porch, and then some little hostas I did as well. I just added black mulch. I still need to add stones or bricks or something so that the mulch doesn't, you know, when it rains or whatever, slide into my driveway. So that's the plan there. Those go all the way down. Another thing I've added since the video are these silver kings on these wood trellises, and I just potted them in a cedar planter. Aren't these gorgeous? I just love them. They're nice and tall, and they're great for up against the house. It looks like after the wind, this guy got a little crooked, so I'll have to fix him, but you can see the beautiful flowers. I love it. Also, if you guys remember, I planted in my stone planters. My rosemary and my pansies survived a frost, but I just planted these in here about a week ago, and they're thriving. They're loving it. And I love the combination of the flowers and the rosemary. It smells so, so good. And I love the little yellow pops.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding.
Okay, I just sat down. It's like an hour and a half later from that last clip of me planting and watering. I came inside and I felt so windblown and gross that I took a quick shower, just kind of got freshened up for the day, feeling much better. But now is the fun part. I get to show you the dining room without the cabinets. I'm going to kind of show you the new flooring and then just some other things we've done and still want to do throughout the main living. I think would be kind of fun to share the latest and share what we still have to do. We've definitely been working a lot slower than I originally anticipated, but I'm seeing that as a blessing in disguise because having more time to make some of these design decisions, being that I am not an expert, I'm just a regular person who enjoys this, taking more time to really research and figure things out is a blessing for sure. But nonetheless, I will stop talking and we'll walk around and take a peek. Okay, so front door, come through the front door, and this is our current situation we got going on. If you guys remember, when we first moved in, I had these chairs centered under this window with this table in the middle. And I've kind of played around with the layout. Long term, I would love to get a love seat or maybe even 2 love seats and have them face each other and do like a very formal sitting room. But for now, since we're not ready to make those purchases yet, and I love these chairs, I'm gonna keep these regardless. I'll end up putting them somewhere else if I don't keep them here. If you don't know, they're IKEA Ektorp chairs, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they did away with Ektorp, but they have a new line called like Upland, and it's like the same thing, just a different name. But anyway, I'm pushed this to the left to make this feel more cozy in this corner. And then to the right, I put the table, and this is kind of serving as a little entryway for now. Like I said, it'll probably change. But the biggest change in here, I have not done any painting in here yet, but we'll get to that in a second. What we have done is, we're not totally done. We put in new LVP floors, which if you don't know what that is, that's luxury vinyl planks. And this is the brand Southwinds, and it's the color Antique Pine. And they are 9-inch planks, so they're very wide. I think they're gorgeous. I love that they're not too warm and they're not too cool. They're nice and neutral, but still kind of err on the side of warm. If I had to guess between the two, but you can see they look so much better than these, I think. I don't know what these, I think these are probably vinyl too, or laminate, I'm not totally sure. But we're gonna be taking this throughout the entire main living. Nothing's really changed in here since the office makeover. I've kind of moved a couple things around. I still have morning coffee sitting right there, but I have loved being able to come in here and work and edit. It has been such a sanctuary for me, and I'm super, super thankful for it. So I use it every single day and still love this ceiling. It's so pretty. I'm so glad we did this room first. So let's talk about the staircase before we move into the dining room. I feel like this was such a hot topic of conversation when we first moved into this house, because if you remember back in the original home tour, I just kind of blurted out that we were going to paint it white. And I said that very nonchalantly, in all transparency. I should not have said that because A, I hadn't made any decisions yet. So to just say I was painting it white was like so funny. So many opinions on that for good reason. But I will say, after living here for some time, I've thought about it a lot. I've thought about kind of our plans, what we want to do, and I'll show you the buffet in a second. It will kind of go, it'll make sense in a second. But I have learned to love, love, love the dark wood. I don't want it everywhere in my house, but I think the contrast of the stairs once we paint the walls white will be gorgeous. If we do paint anything, I try to show you. If we do paint anything, these stairs are painted brown. They're not stained. We may end up painting just the riser part of the stair white, just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. It needs a fresh coat of paint anyway, so we'll see. So yeah, picture the staircase, how it is. And then on this wall, and I think this wall, I would love to do like a beadboard or some kind of millwork, trim work, wainscoting, that kind of thing. And we will probably end up planking the ceiling too, because it is textured. I'll probably stick with the ceiling fan. I'll just pick out a different one. And then another big thing that I talked about in my empty house tour was the trim. And after living here some time, I still feel really confident with my decision to paint it white. Even though I'm leaving the stairs dark, I think I'm going to do everything else white, because this door is okay, but there's multiple doorways and windows in the house where it wasn't in the best shape, and this trim work isn't original. I did learn that. I'll show you in a second, but in areas where it wasn't in the best shape, they just painted it dark brown, and so I'm definitely confident with our decision to go ahead and just brighten it up and paint it white. Okay, now the elephant in the room, the cabinets, or the lack thereof, like I said before. Prime example of why I'm so happy we did this. When you walk through our front door, looking into the dining is so beautiful. Originally, you can see the cabinet would have come up to there, and you wouldn't have seen a good chunk of the dining room on either side. It really opened it up. And not only that, but it lets in so much more light from the dining room. And I love that you can see the red barn out the window. One of my favorite things. But as you can see, all the flooring is done in here. We are left, and this is another great example. I did paint this trim already when we did the shiplap, and I think it looks awesome. One of the big kind of design decisions I'm trying to figure out right now is the ceiling. I have a light fixture for this table already, and I'm waiting to put it up until we do the ceiling, but I went back and forth with a couple of options. I thought about beadboard, I thought about doing more shiplap, and then I also thought about it doing exactly what we did in the office. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do any of those things now. I might use the same planks as in the office because they're thinner. And I think because we have such wide floor planks and wide shiplap, going with the skinnier board will just kind of balance everything out. But what I think I'm gonna do, the reason I'm going to leave the stairs kind of dark, and then our beautiful new buffet, well, new to me, it was found on Facebook Marketplace, has that same kind of dark legs. I think I'm gonna go with a darker ceiling, not like super dark, but like a walnut, something deeper and richer. I think will really pop and be beautiful in this space. Now don't, hold me to that. It's not set in stone. I could change my mind, but right now that's kind of what I'm thinking, and I think it's gonna be beautiful in here. Like I said, if you saw my summer decorate, this is what I did in that video. I've gotten some questions. These pillows are from Target, and the chair I'll link down below is from Wayfair. It goes in and out of stock all the time, but it always comes back in stock. So make sure you check that out. And what was the other question? Oh, the other question I got quite a bit in the video was the color black. This is Tricorn Black by Sherwin-Williams. So if you're wondering. Oh, and the other exciting thing, I just bought a corner hutch today as I'm filming this on Facebook Marketplace. That's going to go there. I have to pick it up tonight. So I think it's going to be the perfect size and a perfect little spot for that. And speaking of hutches, the other question I keep getting is, where's the pie safe? So we moved here. I was so excited about it. And then we got it in this space, and it was one of those pieces I love so much that I wanted to make fit, and it just really didn't. When it was in the corner that I just showed you, it felt a little big, and it was also too wide to put, or not wide, deep to put where the buffet is. But thankfully, when we first moved, my mom saw the piece and she loved it. Like, I loved it, but she loved it. And she happened to be in the market for something similar. She had the perfect spot for it in her house. And so she has it. So I got a lot of questions like, where's the pie safe? But no, it's still in the family. But she has it. So that's where that is. So you guys will probably see that corner hutch in one of my next videos soon. When we took out the cabinet and the trim work, I don't know if you can see, but there is wallpaper under the trim. And so what I've kind of concluded is that this house was built in the late 1800s, and then it had a little bit of a facelift in the 20s. And so that's why there's still wallpaper under there. So I thought that was really interesting. I still need to paint this wall and this trim, but I did paint this door. I just painted this door. When did I paint it? Like a week ago? Not even. And I had to laugh. I feel like I painted it almost exactly what it was before. I thought it looked so different. It's not that different, but it's okay because the door still needed a fresh coat of paint, and it's a little bit warmer and beigeier. The color is called Perfect Grayish by Sherwin-Williams, and I don't know if you can see. It looks kind of gray. It looks pretty gray in this light. In person, it looks pretty warm. It's like a warm gray, basically. So we'll see. I wouldn't say that I'm in love with the color by any means, but it works in the space. I may end up going with like a muddier, beigeier tone, but we'll see. Another thing, how many times have I said another thing? But another thing I almost forgot to share is the chimney. Do y'all remember? I'm trying to show you this big original chimney. There's nothing underneath, it's just concrete. I wish the original brick was under there, but it's not. So what we're gonna do is do brick veneers over it so that it looks original. I haven't picked a color yet, but that will be a fun project we'll do after the counters go in. Also, wanted to make note of this. I'm trying to just think of all the updates I can and share them because I saw a lot of questions come in on my last video in here. But I ordered some woven blinds for these 2 windows, and I'm trying to decide. I probably won't be able to decide until they're hung if I'm gonna do curtains as well. But I picked out like a very like taupey, warm woven shade, similar to my office, if you remember seeing in there a few moments ago. So it'll be nice to have window coverings again because right now we do have neighbors behind us. Our fence is going in a couple of weeks, which is really exciting. And not that I'm worried about them like seeing us or whatever, but you know, at nighttime, it's just nice to draw the blinds and feel like you have some privacy. So that will be really nice. It was a long, like I feel like I had to wait a long time. I think I ordered them in March from American Blinds, and I think they're scheduled for delivery the last week of May or the first week of June. Not totally sure, but it was a significant wait. So just waiting on those. I want to hang lots of plates in here, so I need to get some more plate hangers from Amazon, and I'm kind of waiting till the corner hutches in to figure out what decor I need. But all that to say, really excited about this space. In my last video, I also talked about finding an art piece for above the buffet. So if you know of a great place online that sells beautiful framed artwork that doesn't cost the amount of my firstborn child, let me know in the comments. And then last but not least, the kitchen, which I already did like a full-blown kitchen update video. The countertops in the kitchen is getting finished on the 11th and 12th. So when you're watching this, it might already be done, but we are so close to the finish line, and there haven't been too many updates. They've kind of been waiting for those countertops to go in before finishing. So there's not much to share in here, but I did want to show you a couple things. Caleb's been laying the floor in here. It's gonna look so good. But the big change update is the sink is up here. Now it's gonna be a little bit lower when the counters go in. They just needed to put it up to template it. It is so pretty. It's 36 inches, cast iron, vintage inspired. It's gonna be so pretty when that faucet is in, and the trim work and everything. So I'm excited if you can't tell. And then also the last thing I'll show you in here is the hardware came in. I got these from Pottery Barn. They are polished nickel. I'm so happy that I went with a nickel and not black. I feel like it's just so timeless. But what I was gonna say is I got 3-inch for the smaller drawers and 6-inch for my larger drawers. I just wanted to show you. It's gonna look really, really good, I think. I got tired of holding the tripod. So I'm gonna wrap up the video here today. I hope that you enjoyed just kind of spending the day with me, planting some flowers, sharing some home updates, and thank you so much for your patience with me the last month or two. I promise as these projects wrap up, especially the kitchen, life is gonna get back to normal and I'll have so much more content to film. I don't want to sound like a broken record. Somebody that apologizes all the time that's annoying, but just I feel like I have to put that out there that I am sorry that it's just kind of been all over the place. But I hope you enjoy some more of this casual content of me just kind of vlogging my day, vlogging updates. That's typically a little bit out of my comfort zone. I like videos to kind of have a theme and be a little more formal. But I think it's fun to let you into more of the everyday life stuff. And I definitely enjoy sharing the behind the scenes of these projects because social media, Instagram, YouTube loves to make it seem like this grand before and after is easy to achieve, and that it has to be some epic transformation in order for it to do well or in order for people to like it. But the reality is a lot of these projects, especially for someone that maybe doesn't have a YouTube channel or they're not trying to post their stuff on social media, it's slow going and it's one day at a time and it's little project by little project, and it doesn't happen in the span of a 10-minute video, you know? So I think just being more relatable and trying to share content as it's happening in real time is fun, but then I'm sure it's also beneficial to you. And just know, like, there are so many things we want to do, even projects I talked about in today's video, that are not going to get done soon. I can tell you that. We are a real family with real jobs, and we have to prioritize our kids, and we don't have all day every day to do these DIY projects. We wish we did. That would be so fun, but we don't. And so we have to go at a slower pace, and I appreciate your patience with me. And I also love sharing just kind of the everyday inspiration behind that. In my last decorating video, I talked about that, and just little by little, even if a room isn't ideal, even if it's not perfect or exactly how I want it, it still tells a story, and it's still our home, and I still want it to be cozy and inviting for our family. So all that to say, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it brought you a little encouragement and some fun along the way. If you're new here today, I'm so glad that you watched this video, that you're here. I would love for you to subscribe. My real passion is home decor and design, but I also share everyday stuff. I share cleaning motivation, organizing, all things related to home. And if you enjoyed this video, if you liked it, then consider hitting that red subscribe button down below. And I'll see you guys really soon in the next one. I hope you have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.